Good morning, all my loves.
Good morning.
History records no struggle more noble nor long enduring than that of humanity against the truth. Welcome to planet Earth. You know, from the time we're born and we enter into our playpen, before we can even talk, before we can even walk, we are immediately bombarded with dualities. Yes?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
No. Light, dark, good, evil, truth, deception. You ever wonder why it is that we are only given two choices? Is there another choice between right, wrong? Good, evil? See, if you ever consider this, it's going to prompt you to start thinking about how you got to be the wonderful way you are. Okay. Another duality that's most obvious is awake and asleep. Right now you consider yourselves to be awake. Don't give me that. It's interesting. All of these things that we have been taught, that we have come to believe because that's the way we've been programmed. Okay. There's another duality that you might want to consider here, and that is birth and death. I know, it's challenging. It really is. I sometimes in myself wonder how it is that we really ever make progress when there is this constant barrage that would keep us locked into such limitations. It requires courage, it requires effort, it requires opening your mind to be able to even entertain the possibility that there's something which exists beyond two choices. Now, you do see this right here? Yin-yang. If you look at it carefully, you're going to notice that in the dark portion, there's a dot of white. And in the light portion, there's a dot of dark. Simply to help remind us that nothing ever is as it seems to be when it seems to be the only way it is. I know, that's almost worth leaving here, going down 3 buildings. That's another reality. Okay, now consider the things that are working and seem to be working to maintain the status quo of extreme limitation. Religion is constantly used to hammer us down and keep us hating one another, forever hitting us with this war between good and evil. When the reality of the matter is, these are simply expressions of the same thing. But if you're operating under the program, you're going to say, no, Republican is right, Democrat is wrong. Unless, of course, you're a Democrat, and you're going to say no. Okay, but notice this, that the design of it is to keep us at each other's throat. Okay. Ever consider that this might not be your first time on planet Earth? That you may have been here before? Hopefully as a dog. Maybe even a cat, huh? Yeah, right. But you see, we really are here to experience the full range of human expression and emotion. We really are here to do that. And the reason is because all of that exists within us. I've never met anyone that was all good. Except when I look in the mirror. You knew that was good. See the smile I needed before I Nor have I met anyone that was pure evil. Although some came damn close. Well, you know, you take these things into account. And you see that this part here about the programming has to be by someone. We were born into it. And immediately we began to feel the effects that were designed to instill a feeling of powerlessness in all newly arrived souls. So it really takes a lot of courage and a lot of effort. And if you are fortunate enough to have chosen parents who don't beat you to death with yes and no, I mean, to such an extent that they become so frustrated with you that when you do what they don't want you to do, they say to you, "What about no? Don't you understand?" I, on the other hand, always pleased my parents. I never gave them any cause for concern nor upset. Hence, my mother lived to a ripe old age of 42. And my father, because he wasn't around that much, he lived a little bit longer. Okay. Now, those who program this, you have to take into account. They seek to control every aspect of our lives. And they don't look at us as a parent would look at a child. But they look at us as if they were our owners. And you know how it is when you own something. You can do whatever you please with it. Now, take a moment to think about that. Because you see, that is still up and running. Even though it is, as I speak, beginning to fall apart. It's still in effect, so if you want to, you can stay under that effect by believing yourself to be powerless, by believing yourself to be less than, by believing that you must do what the authorities tell you to do. I was recently speaking with someone who was talking about getting an iPhone instead of a telephone. And the reason is, you have a telephone, they're tracking you all the time. We are constantly under surveillance. If you think you have a lot of rights and freedoms, then you might want to consider again how those are rapidly evaporating. They are disappearing. All of this, again, like I said, can present such a picture that it seems to be quite challenging. But our real challenge is this: to go beyond the illusion of good and evil, and to recognize and remember who we truly are in the process. There have been those who have come and in our midst, you, me, right here, right now, who have come only recently in the last 50 years and by their own expression revealed more of the truth of our nature and the truth of all of humanity. And if you look, you see they too, because they were perceived as being such a threat, were removed from our midst. But their truth stays with us. We come and go. Just like I got up this morning and put on this suit, I got up 69 years ago and put on this suit. It's changed a lot. You wear something for 69 years, it's bound to change some. But the fact is, I, who I am, truly is because I want it, because I desire it, because I am putting forth effort into it, and becoming more of who my true nature is. Now, I have, and probably will even touch into it more, I have touched into what we consider the darkness many, many, many times. I have felt my power ebb and flow in it. And I have come to recognize from the energies that I felt while I was generating it, as well as the results that I got afterwards, this is not what I want to be the main theme in my life. Consequently, I'm here now. Consequently, I am here expressing to you my loves, what I consider to be the greatest love of all, and that is the true realization of freedom. We can go about our lives and live them out as if our jobs are making money and all the other things is of most importance. And while it may serve its purpose, and while we may learn certain things because we have that in no wise truly allows us the greatest freedom of all. Dualities, they aren't really separate or different things. They're different aspects or different expressions of the same energy. If you can begin to open yourself up and realize that whatever energy you choose to generate and whatever energy you choose to express through, that's going to be what reveals you to yourself. You're going to then see that there are so many more options available than just two. It's so much more. I mean, right now, here we are entering into spring. And you see the prolific expression of nature revealing itself. But if you look at them, you're going to see each one of them is individual, although it may be an individual of a teeming billion similar ones. So, hopefully, you're going to, in yourself, realize my life is mine. It's going to come down to not two choices. It's really going to come down to only one. And that is your choice. You see, while this may seem to be an aside, many times we have rummage sales, or once a year we'll have them, and we've had them many years. And with every year there has been an increasing amount available to people. And for some people that's just way too much, because their programming has been only this or that. When you have 50 hats to choose from, my God. But the fact of the matter is, only one of those is going to sit on your head at a time. Even if you wear two or three, one on top of the other, only one is going to rest on your noggin. So hopefully today this helps you to come to a place of embracing the realization, this is my life. It belongs to no one else. Not any voice that speaks inside of me, not any voice that speaks outside of me. It is my life, and it is my decision to make how I will live it. When you get to that place and you maintain that certainty, you're going to find that your life changes in proportion to your true owning it. You know, and that's much like what John Lennon was talking about in the song Imagine. Because he could, as a visionary, see the possibilities in life beyond the fake facade of duality and dichotomy. So I encourage you to find a better way. One your heart can agree with, and one that won't stress you into an early grave. So thank you for listening.
For more information about the Metaphysical Church of Enlightenment or the Rodin Foundation, please go to our website at www.rodin.org. If you have been inspired by the revelations shared in these podcasts, please donate to the Rodin Foundation's ongoing efforts to help others help themselves at www.rodin.org/donate.